we're going to be drafting some Strixhaven. So without further ado, let's get in the queue. How's it going out there? We're doing this again, as always. See if we can open something good. We haven't had good luck with that recently. Well, we opened a Dark Ritual, which, like, kind of, but I don't think that's where I want to go. I'm pretty much off being black-white. I don't think Silver Quill is where I want to be, so, like, this closing statement doesn't tempt me. I'm not the biggest fan of starting with a gold card, but I think Quandrix Apprentice is one of the best ones you could start with. I want to read this one more time. Yeah, I don't think it's Draconic Intervention. Card's probably fine, but it just seems underwhelming to me. We're going to take Quandrix Apprentice, hope that that's the right lane. Alright, here we have a pack where the rare is gone, which means we basically learn nothing. Other than they liked it better than a few mediocre cards. So don't really get any signal from that. I'm looking at both Needlethorn Drake and I think I'm just going to take an Anatomy because then we stay open. Maybe Quandrix Apprentice isn't what we're doing. What do we got, pack 3? We have a Mastery, which means nothing. I don't mind grabbing an Aether Helix here and, like, not really sending... I think Snow Day is, like, okay, but not quite as great. I like being able to rebuy the permanent from your own graveyard. We'll go Helix here. That's a pretty good reduced to memory spot, but we're in no shape to take that at all. I don't hate Hunt for Specimens here. I mean, there's a chance we could go, like, Witherbloom splashing an Aether Helix. With that being said, if we take Eureka Moment, we're kind of cutting all of the Quandrix. Worries me a little bit that this is the only blue-green card in the pack at pick 4, that maybe we're being cut ourselves. I'm going to take it, and then we'll start pivoting if we have to after this pick. Taking 3 gold cards is probably a little ballsy, but we'll see. We just grab an Elemental Summoning here. Kind of looks like blue and green are being cut, but we'll see. We're at least putting ourselves where, like, hopefully we can play this if we're one of blue or red, which right now we're just blue. I feel like we got some good Quandrix cards, so we'll just hope that it keeps going our way. So far, not really. Let's see what we get next. Yeah, this isn't looking so great for a Quandrix deck. What are we taking instead, though? I guess we could just take a Vortex Runner here, though, honestly. Like, this is still super playable. And I'm kinda too deep to want to pivot. Like, none of the other cards make me say, oh, this archetype is definitely open. I mean, like, Study Break's fine, Plum of the Forbidden's pretty good in the right deck, but we're not anywhere near either of those decks. We'll take a Vortex Runner and just hope. It's kind of where we're at here. Respawn Requiem is holding up all the packs. Alrighty. Not really how I wanted to start, but hey, it could be worse. Give me that new pack here. Alright, this feels a lot better. We're getting an Aether Helix, a Test of Talents, and a Fractal Summoning. It's actually a hard pick. We don't have any learn cards yet, or I'd be tempted to take the summoning. I may still take it. I like Test of Talents quite a bit as well because there's cards like Lessons. Test of Talents basically says counter target lesson. It's not bad. There's also a lot of other instants and sorceries in the format. Aether Helix is really good if we think we're going to end up being a pretty permanent heavy deck, but if we're going to end up with like a bunch of fractal summonings and stuff, it's not nearly as good. I think I'm going to hedge towards the summoning. Aether Helix is also a great pick there. I think either one is very exciting to see at this point because we were sitting at pick 7. And we were starting to look like we were drying up, but I think maybe we just had a couple packs in a row that just didn't have our colors in them. That unfortunately happens. Yeah, so... yeah, I think we're just taking a basic Conjuration here, really hoping that we start finding some cards that say Learn on them in the next pack. Alright, here's our first pack coming back around. I don't remember what I liked in it, but we got the Fractal Summoning back, and we got Snow Day. I think I'm going to take a Snow Day over a second Fractal Summoning, especially when we don't have anything that says Learn on it, although a second Fractal Summoning is tempting. This card just kind of is underperformed. We only have 4 playables right now, though. I'm gonna hedge. And by hedge, I mean take the card that I probably shouldn't. That's all good. Feel pretty good about our lane, though, that we wield a Fractal Summoning. I think the packs were just weak in Quandrix, which would be really good for us if that's the case. Yeah, I'll just take a Curate here. It's an early play. I don't really like Springmane Servant that much. Don't think we need an Archway Commons. Now I'll pick up a Snow Day. That was in the back of my mind when I passed the other one, was that we'd probably still get that one. That worked out well. What else we got here? Now it's just a complete brick. I'll take Campus Guide just in case we're in a crazy spot and have to play it. This card says Learn on it, same idea. This cuts green, I guess, but nobody really wants that card. This is going in the file for now. Oh man, we open this. We just can't play it, right? No. Dang, somebody's gonna get hooked up. Not really a Serpentine Curve deck yet. I think it's between Leyline Invocation and Introduction, and since we don't have anything that says Learn on it at all, I'm going to go Leyline Invocation. With like Quandrix Apprentice and Vortex Runner and Eureka Moment, I think this deck is going to end up being better at making like 6/6s and bigger than it is making 6/6s out of this card. So we're going to go that route. Sign in Blood, Zimone, but we're going to take a field trip here to get our Learn and our Ramp on. Would love to see this Zimone come back around, and there's a decent chance we wield like an Aether Helix and stuff that we didn't end up taking, but I like Zimone a lot too. Yeah, I have a really good wish board right now. We have a basic Conjuration and Expanded Anatomy, an Elemental Summoning, and 2 Fractals, and I have 0 Learn cards, so I'm really prioritizing this field trip, and maybe I'm wrong. There's definitely a chance that this isn't the right pick, but that's where I'm leaning. I'm going to go field trip. Well, I guess I can, we can take a Zimone over a Learn spell here because there's a good chance either Arcane Subtraction or Pop Quiz finds its way back to us. But both of those cards are... yeah, I think we'll just take a Zimone anyway here, right? Now I think I'm happier with it because I'm mostly worried about ramping into like Leyline Invocation and stuff, and we got some more help. Oh, do I think Karok Wrangler can be decent? I do. Doomblade also an interesting card to see pick 4 here. If I had a Cultivate, I'd snap up a Doomblade, but this seems a little greedy. We already have an Elemental Summoning. It's probably between like Vortex Runner and Karok Wrangler. I'm actually not sure that the Wrangler is that good. There's also like Prismari Pledge Mage that you could consider, but I don't think we want a double blue spell on 2. Curve is looking pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Wrangler and we'll just see what that ends up with then. Here it's either Arcane Subtraction or Leyline Invocation. We already have 1 Invocation, and Subtraction gets us access to double Fractal Summoning. So I think it's take the Subtraction here. Cody would be fun, but I don't think that's a good choice with what we have starting off. I'll take Actual Factual Counterspell, pick 6. That seems pretty good. Seems really good. Yeah. Counterspell in the deck. Okay. Strategic Planning, Biomathematician. I'm actually just kind of leaning towards Letter of Acceptance. We're starting to get some big stuff at the top of the curve. Planning is just like medium. I don't hate having this either if we end up wanting to get a splash color on, so I'm good with that. Biomathematician just doesn't seem to really actually follow what Quandrix wants to do. You're really trying to go tall and it wants to go wide. I guess if you get enough of them, it's okay. Here, kind of just like the Curate. I've been underimpressed with Reckless Amplimancer, but I don't have any 2-drop creatures, so maybe we're supposed to take an Amplimancer just to make sure we don't get completely run over. We wheel both Serpentine Curve and Eureka Moment. Makes me wish I would have taken the Curate instead. We have, what, 3-4 good spells under 4 mana? I think I'm going to take a Curve here. I do like it in this deck. We wheel Zamone. Nailed it. There we go. I think we're in our lane. Now we just gotta... Yeah, we wheeled both Arcane Subtraction, Pop Quiz, and Fractal Summoning. Holy crap. I think I want a Pop Quiz here, but I'm not even sure. These are both good. We'll take the one we don't have yet. We'll probably play a Pledge Mage. Oh, I'll put... Was Biblioplex Assistant a reasonable option with, like, Leyline Invocation and different stuff? I'm more likely to play it than the other two. Not playing a Tangle Trap. Not playing a Sucera yet. Well, we didn't open what we wanted to, but I think it's between Kelpie Guide and Cultivator, and it might be Kelpie Guide here. It's actually tough. Really tough. What are we looking at here? We're looking at... It's definitely between Kelpie Guide and Quandrix Cultivator to me. Environmental Sciences would be tempting if we were trying to splash, but we're not right now. I think I like the Kelpie, but like Cultivator's really freaking good too. I just think it's more likely to wheel than Kelpie Guide. Yeah, I'm going to take the Guide, but I want both of them. Here we've got probably just this Ingenious Mastery. It's not like super good, but it's playable. I don't think Brainstorm is a good card in this format. Not a lot of ways to shuffle at all. So this, yeah, we like have to do more than I want to do to set it up. I'd take a Master Symmetrist. We've got ways to make fractals. This makes them have tramplies. Oh, another Field Trip looks good here. I don't think Strategic Planning is a card I'm really looking for. We already have one Karok Wrangler I'm not even sure we're playing. Do I need another pop quiz or a leyline invocation more? That's actually tough. I think I have enough cards I want to be able to go get that I like the pop quiz, but we're going to hope that somehow comes around. Ugh, do I want another Serpentine or an Intro to Annihilation? Our removal is really low. We didn't get like any Barian books at all, so I'm going to take the intro. We need to have some way to answer things. And we get a second one, which I think I'm still going to just take because we need to be able to answer big threats. Because what, we've got Subtraction, double pop quiz, double field trip to go get things. It's not bad. I don't think this Waterfall Aerialist is making the cut right now. And it's probably like Karak Wrangler that's not really making the cut either. Fairly happy though. I think we've got a decent looking Quandrix deck going. This will be the last pack we haven't seen, and then we'll see if we get really lucky and wheel a Quandrix Cultivator. With as much Learn as we have, and how little we would play anything else, I'll just take another Elemental Summoning. You never know, we might need another 4/4. Definitely got a good Learn board here. Would love to pick up like an Arcane Subtraction or a Pop Quiz on the wheel. Can't remember if there actually is one or not, but we'd take them. That's all I'm saying. Looks like maybe I need to change the font color in chat there for the actual font. Wheeling the Serpentine Curve's pretty good. I'll take that. That was the card that I was hoping would come back from that pack, other than Cultivator, which I didn't expect to actually get. Somebody must have realized how open Quandrix was last pack and moved in. I don't really want to play any of this. I guess we don't have one of these yet as an option. Curate I will play. I think getting cheap spells into these Serpentine Curves is going to be our plan. Oh, I won't let somebody else have a Pillar Drop Rescuer that late. We can take that for like the vault or whatever. We didn't get a campus. That is the one thing I wish I would have picked up that we didn't. Got some gems. Alright, let's take a look at what we're working with here. 43 cards. Is there anything up here that I didn't put down that I think we want to play? No, we have a basic Conjuration, 2 Elementals, 2 Fractals, an Expanded Anatomy, and 2 Introductions. That's okay. I think Wrangler gets the cut. Probably Pledge Mage. I don't think I want to play a double blue that badly. And then I'm looking at like Letter of Acceptance, Biblioplex Assistant, just some like moderately good but moderately medium cards. As well as like a Reckless Amplimancer. Yeah, maybe it's just the Amplimancer. We're only playing like 3 creatures here because they just help us get this stuff. And we're hoping Serpentine Curve off of playing some 2 and 3 drop spells gets us there. That seems alright. We'll see what happens. Hoping we can do alright here. We've been really struggling. Got an opponent. Who are we up against? We're up against Midnight MTG. We get to go first. I get to go Zimone into a pop quiz. I'm fine with that. Accidentally got an ice cube there. Throw Zimone out there and say go. They've got the Needlethorn Drake. Alright. Well, we're not going to attack. Pretty sure I want a pop quiz here. I mean, there's like some consideration for just Zimoning. We will take the one. See what they do. Nothing. Alright, pop quiz. Draw an arcane subtraction. Here I think I want just an elemental something. Play a land. We can play a Vortex Runner and put a land into play. Is it tapped? Yeah, because otherwise we could play like Vortex Runner plus Arcane Subtraction. Let's get the Vortex Runner into play, see if they're playing like crappy Reject or something. Then I think I'm going to hold back and just put another land into play because I've got it. What are they going to go get? An elemental summoning of their own. Alright. Alright. Another Needlethorn Drake. Sure. That was one of the things we didn't get that would have been nice to have, but that's alright. Alright, so we've got the elemental summoning here, or we could go like Kelpie Guide plus Arcane Subtraction. I think we're gonna attack, see if they want to trade a Needlethorn Drake here. They don't. We're good with that. We'll play this guy, and then in turn. Don't have another land to put into play, unfortunately, but I think this Arcane Subtraction is probably going to come up big for us here. They're just going to play a 5/5. We don't know. They're going to play a freaking Planeswalker. Okay. That seems really good.
For once, Ro isn't dragging me into trouble.
Was not ready for opponent has Planeswalker. Alright, well I think that means we gotta get frisky going after this. We'll see if they block both, just one. They block both. I'm gonna keep the Vortex Runner around. And how does this work? It's non-land permanent. Do I just want to do that? Probably. Let's just get that thing off the board. I think it's a problem. Lose my Zimoning for no reason here, but oh well.
Ugh. My concentration is shattered.
We're one land from Vortex Runner becoming unblockable. That's a pretty big deal. Serpentine Curve keeps getting better too. Land, we can play both of these. Don't think there's a lot of blue-green board wipes either. Didn't get the land, but we get the pop quiz. Yeah, I'll just draw a card here because we might find something we want to play. And then there's just like Expanded Anatomy. Yeah, I think we just expanded Anatomy here and make a 6/6 Vigilant. That seems pretty good. Get in there for 6. Keep making this Serpentine Curve bigger and bigger. They have like a charge through in hand, I think. Snakeskin Veil. That was the other guess I had, which would have really blown us out if we'd attacked with that. Okay, they have an insanely huge unbeatable dragon, which we might be able to beat still, which is insane. Oh, we really would have liked to have hit a land there. Alright, so what do I need to do? I can draw 4 cards. I can pay 3 mana going down to 4, 5. That doesn't seem that good. I can cast both of these. That's what I'm leaning toward. I'm going to start on Kelpie Guide. And I think we're just going to make a 7/7. I'm going to send this in. I might regret it. Let's see if they have the Arcane Subtraction to blow me out. No, we just get the trade. I'm okay with the trade there. We need to get everything else off the board. Okay, they have a 5/5 and a cram session gaining them life. We're in a little bit of trouble. If I get a learn card, I can go get another Introduction to Annihilation and get this thing off the board. That may be what we're looking for. A land also turns Kelpie Guide into an Icy Manipulator and Vortex Runner into a good threat. They don't know what to get. That either means they have a really good board or a really crappy one. Probably really good. They have a freaking Mythic Dragon too, which is nothing to sneeze at. We keep getting paired against people with Mythic Dragons. Not a big fan of that. Really good card. One of the best cards in the set. Yeah, Fractal Summoning seems like a fine choice. Drawing actual factual counterspell is a little late, but it still might work. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw 2 cards? I think I'm fine with that here. Find the land. Now I get to swing in. Do I want to swing with the 7/7? I don't really want to trade it here. We'll just get in for our 3. We'll counter their giant Fractal Summoning. And then tap down their dragon. Then we can tap down both of them, but we'd only attack for 10. So eventually we can tap down enough to get through, though. I feel like we have a chance here, which is nuts, because they have a Quandrix Dragon. Eureka moment. I'm just gonna counter that. I don't want them drawing extra cards. They're eventually gonna get a big fractal, but we can Icy Manip it. Field trip. Yeah, I have to let that go then, so they get to go get another lesson. They've had some good cards. I think we're tapping down. Yeah, we're tapping down the dragon. All right, so we can make an 8/8. That seems pretty good. I have 8 mana, so if I use 3, I go to 5. I can, yeah. Hopefully I did that math right. I did. And then we'll attack with both of these. They go to 6. Pass turn. Bookworm's a pretty good draw for them. We go to 9. We will tap down that, but I think we got him. We did. We beat Tanazir Quandrix. That feels pretty good. Glad I picked up that Kelpie Guide over the Quandrix Cultivator. Cultivator would not have done the job there. Alrighty. Let's move on to game 2. We're up against Amera. I go first. I have all forests, no blue lands, but I have a Master Symmetrist and a Eureka moment. What the heck. We'll draw something. Or we won't. Whatever. We'll try it. forest go? I like seeing planes from our opponents, because that means they're on... Yeah, alright, they're Silver Quill, they're going to go 1. Worst case scenario, we're Letter of Accepting. We are Letter of Accepting, because we don't have any lands. The Inkling Summoning doesn't really matter if Master Symmetrist gets to stick around. They're going to pump up their little duder and miss a land drop. Alright. That seems like that goes well for us. So we have 5 mana. I think I just want to get the 4/4 down. We unfortunately couldn't play 2 spells. We don't have... Umbral Juke's a really good card for them to hit there. Sucks for us. I'm gonna play Zimone and leave up Eureka Moment. They have a sparring regimen. So we play against Quandrix Dragon, and then now sparring regimen. And we don't even get to put a land into play. Alright, we're in a little bit of trouble here. We're gonna make a 6/6, but then they're gonna be able to, like, get rid of it if they're willing to sack their pest. We'll see, maybe they'll play a cheaper creature and then sack it. They're gonna play a Mage Hunter. Also very good. We don't have a land to put into play, unfortunately. So here we'll serve with the 6/6. And then I think we're just going... We have 8 mana. Yeah, we'll just Snow Day. I assume they're going to kill my 6/6. I'll just tap these 2 creatures. Draw 2, discard Field Trip? No, I think it's just... Is it just Serpentine Curve? I think it is, honestly, here, which is really crazy. See what they're going to do now. We're going to destroy that Sparring Regimen, which is going to be great. Yeah, they're going to sack... Kill Maduder. Kind of saw that coming. Lorehold Pledge Mage. Yeah, that's not a thing we want to have. So do I just subtract it here to go get the card? I think so. I'm just going to go get an intro to Annihilation. Play my land. Kill the Sparring Regimen. We keep taking damage, which is unfortunate, but we don't really have much option. Do we want a Field Trip, or do we just get... Let's just get our Vortex Runner down, I guess, and pass turn. Still not looking like we're in the best shape. The combination of Mage Hunter and then making me get rid of the Sparring Regimen over a creature was pretty rough. Oh, that's really good. We have to sacrifice a creature. Yeah, I'm gonna let Simone go, unfortunately. I'm gonna get hit for 4 here. Curate is not what we were looking for. Let's Field Trip. We take another damage. What are we getting? I mean, I guess Expanded Anatomy is pretty good here. Or we can, like, intro to Annihilation. I don't hate Expanded Anatomy here. We just make a bigger Vortex Runner. Get in for 5. Then we have a blocker, but we're like really close to, like, we can't cast this Curate. They have like a closing statement or something here. Alright, they're... I'm gonna try to eat Mage Hunter. We go to 2. Thunderous Order resolves, which is really good for them. And they pillar drop. Pretty sure I'm dead. What does Pop Quiz do? I guess we cast it. Like, maybe there's some crazy... I don't have any way to kill their flyers, is our problem. I don't think I have any way to... Well, we can curate, and if we can find an Aether Helix. Nope, we found an island. We lose. Alright. That was a way better deck than I expected it to be, but it had a Sparring Regimen. Sparring Regimen's really good. Well, we're 1-1 against top 5 to 10 busted mythics and rares in the format so far. Oh, we got a Vortex Runner and 2 Serpentine Curves. No, I don't really think that's a keepable hand. This is worse, but now we'll keep it. That worked out poorly. Simone's a good draw. We can hope we can use that to draw cards, if nothing else. I'm gonna put the land into play. Maybe there's a chance we can get like land 5 going there. They got a 2-3. Yeah? So I think I just draw a card, honestly. Like, neither of these plays is good. The Zoomancy Professor is down. You got it. Yeah, we're not blocking. Draw a card. Alright, I found Eureka. There we go. I think we just play a 6-6 here. Definitely not attacking. Not a big fan of sending my 1-2 to its death. Mage Hunter's Onslaught. You got it. Now I guess I'll just take the damage. Do we Master Symmetrist? Do we Eureka Moment? I guess this holds back the most things, so we'll just go with that. It's not great for us. Kind of that playing off the back foot type of thing that I'm not a big fan of. We lose probably our Eureka Moment because the rest of the cards just aren't that good. They might take Serpentine Curve, but Eureka Moment's the better card. Biblioplex could rebuy Invocation. Does it put it on top of the library? Yeah. That's what they're gonna take? Alright, I mean, I get it. We get to make another huge dude if you get that. Will they swing with Zoomancy? That's the question. They will. Do they have Infused with Vitality here? I don't think we can risk anything. Just gotta try to control the board a little better. Which we're not. Kelpie Guide is a good draw. I think that means we have the Eureka Moment, hope to hit a land, which we did. Play the Kelpie Guide. Now we can, like, potentially have an Icy Manipulator next turn. We lose one of our other good cards, or, well, we lose one of our cards in general. They have a pretty aggressive attack here, too, if they want it. I'm not blocking with Kelpie Guide. And I'd like to not block with the Moan. I will block the Pest, yeah. I guess I'm taking 8. Because because I'm not blocking both Reckless Implementers here. Well, we draw the land, which now makes both of these active. I think we curate here. We'll get rid of that. I think I want to cast Field Trip. And let's see, what can we get? Nothing, really. Never mind, let's just ditch both of those. Hit a forest and immediately want to cry. We'll just pass, but I think we're dead. Tap the Implemancer. We have to lock the Implemancer. Then we'll just draw 2 cards and like hope that we are at 1 and wow. Alright, well we gotta draw 2 cards and hope that one of them answers big play. Nope, we lose. Alrighty then. We've got the 1-2 start. Not really where you want to be. Feels like a decent deck. We've just kind of gotten outplayed and, well, out-mulliganed that game. Out-rared. We've gotten out-rared and then out-mulliganed. Provocative Banana. Hell yeah, that's a pretty good name. They're in diamonds, so we're even more likely to lose, which is pretty cool. Hopefully just learning here can get us somewhere. Definitely light on removal in this deck. I never saw a single berry in books. That was unfortunate. We'd like to bury some things in books. We're gonna go field tripping instead. I think we just grab an elemental summoning here. We're probably just playing that next turn. Yeah, they got a squirrel. Yeah, I'm good with just throwing a 5/5 down, or a 4/4, I guess. A 5 mana 4/4 in play. Guess we'll find out how provocative their banana is. Alright, let's go to combat. See if they want to block. They're gonna bury it in books. Yeah, that's good. Can't really stop that. Let's grab another one? Yeah, we'll just grab another one. Pass the turn. Now y'all see why we wanted burying books. We're gonna take 2 here because I don't have anything. See if they leave up 5 mana. No, they're gonna play a reflective golem. Do I need to annihilate? I don't really think so. I'm gonna take a fractal summoning. We're just gonna keep trying to make big boys. See where that gets us, I guess. Yeah, I think we just put a 4/4 into play. Hopefully. Yeah, we get to leave up curate. And then eventually the Serpentine Curve is going to be pretty good too. Eventually that Scurrid Colony is going to matter. Retriever Phoenix. Yeah, why not? Why not another busted rare for an opponent? Anything that's like a good card that also said learn on it is just crazy good. Just gonna attack in the air, that seems correct. We will curate. I guess we keep the Helix. It's like not that great in here, but What are we doing? Do we want a snow day? Do we want to have 8 mana? So I can like pop quiz into make an 8/8. I can make a 6/6. I really don't know here. I guess I could tap these 2 down and draw some cards. No idea. Do I just stay back and like tap their stuff on the next turn? Yeah, I don't like it, but I'm gonna chicken out. Let's tap down this one and this one. Discard an island. Come at me, bro. Now? What are you gonna play? Like a 4/4? Yeah, that seems okay. Alright, so we have an arcane subtraction up our sleeve now. We can also bounce their 4/4, getting back nothing. We don't have any. So can we cast Aether Helix? Oh, I can get an island back. Yeah, alright. I will bounce your 4/4 and get an island, because that is the only target I had. Let's get in there for 4. And I think let's just play a 9/9. That seems like it's an okay thing to do here. Maybe we can power our way through this. I mean, now they have a 4/4, but I have a 9/9. It's tough. Tough. Probably need to find the duder that gives them all the trample these, right? I mean, I'm gonna go for it here. We'll swing 13 at them. They have another burying books, I'm in trouble. Subtract this. I think we want Intro to Annihilation here. So they go to 7. Do I just make another 5/5? I think so. Could have been a 6/6, but I can't count. Hopefully that doesn't matter. Okay, doesn't matter. They're gonna bounce it or something? Scry. Scry is much more reasonable than bouncing my token. Bottom? Top. Top is not good for us. Impulse is not bad for us. They whiff. That feels pretty good. Serpentine curves. So we can move that thing out of the way, which I think they know, and so they're trying to figure out how many people they can send in here. I mean, I think that's what we're doing. I think we're intro to annihilating it. I have 11 mana. Yeah, I'm just gonna move it out of the way. They can't double block. If they have a burying books, it's really freaking good here, but... Alright, they're at 3. I'll play the Biblioplex Assistant. Let's put Snow Day on top of the deck. Seems like a pretty good choice. Alright, we beat the provocative banana. trying to make it where we don't end the draft at a lower point than we started it, but no guarantees there. We gotta get at least one more win if we want to play another draft, so here's to hoping this one goes our way. Opponent gets to go first. I think because we have this curate, I want to keep this because these cards are all great. We just have to find a forest. Hopefully we can just play Quandrix Apprentice on 2. That would be really good. Our opponent played Dragon's Guard Elite, so at least I get to play like a really crappy version and not the same card at all. Holy crap. They're gonna make them fight? Because that would suck for us. No block. No. Good try. I might look stupid, but I'm not that stupid. Alright, let's... pass? Like... or do I just play a letter? Let's get in for 2. Bam. Do I want letter here? I think so. I just gotta ramp hard enough to beat this Dragon Guard Elite. I don't think they had to have a counter spell. I can't figure out what it would be in this format. Maybe there's like a... ah! There's that, which is exactly what I thought they were going to do before. The card's a lot better when it automatically puts a +1/+1 counter on your creature. Looking like we might not get that next draft. So we have a subtraction, but that doesn't do much. I guess it is what we'll do though, because then we'll be able to get rid of this stupid thing. Yeah. They're gonna learn. What are they gonna go get? Really, we just gotta get this Dragon's Guard Elite off the board, and then I think we're in okay shape. Now they have a 4/4, so that makes me regret everything I said. It makes this into a 5/5. Yeah. Yeah, that resolves. I gotta go get Annihilation. And we can block now, which is pretty cool. So I get a land. I could just Snow Day them. Is that better than just... I think that is better than just getting rid of it here, so we're gonna do that. Play for like the long game potential better play, because we have to find a way to stay in this game. Alright, discarding Curate. If they don't play anything here, we're not in bad shape. If they have any follow-up at all, which it looks like they might. Oh, they just want to like draw a card and discard a card? That's okay. 4 mana. Jesus! Alright, we have 7 mana here. What am I even supposed to get rid of? Like, I gotta get rid of this, but then we gotta get rid of this thing later, too. Alright, we're gonna get rid of this. And then we can't do anything else. We just have to pass and take, like, 3, I guess, which is not that bad. But our opponent has 2 fantastic rares, and we're not drawing that well. Pretty rough. Are they going to get to kill Zimone, too? That would be bad for us. I think we're going to try, if we get to untap, to Eureka Moment into Serpentine Curve being 6/6, which is like fine, but not very good. Leads to Aether Helix me. Yeah. I mean, it happens. It's not the end of the world by any means, but it's not great for us. I take 4. Okay. So if we pop Quiz, there's no guarantee that we get to play anything after it. I'm going to Eureka Moment here. We do get a land. They're just 1 land away from this becoming an 8/8, which is like insanity. I guess we just have to play a 6/6. Hope they miss the land drop. If they don't, we're probably dead. They can draw a card and discard a card, so they have to miss a land drop in their top 2. They didn't miss one at all. Alright, they have an 8/8 Trampler. I just have to take it here. Go to 3. Now we get to kill it. Oh my god, they have a Bookworm too? So I get to pop Quiz. I get to grab another Introduction to Annihilation. I get to introduce that thing to Annihilation and then lose the game. Because we block this, take 5, we're at 3. Alright, well, we are done. Might mean we're done for the night. We go 2-3 and yeah, best of 1's pretty brutal. Like, we beat the Quandrix Mythic Dragon and then got beat by a Sparring Regimen, got beat by Dragon's Shield, Dragon's Guard Elite, and the Pugilist, and got beat by some other busted rare. Pretty brutal. I guess I'll play some Historic just to... I don't know, anybody out there actually? No? Yeah, you know what? That leaves a bad taste in your mouth when you get beat that bad. I think I'm going to call it a night tonight. We may look at seeing if Thursday we should do a later stream. Seems kind of like maybe the 6 o'clock time slot's a little too early for people. And I will see you guys Thursday. Have a good one.